What's up?
What's up, nobody?
All right.
Nobody tuned in yet. Yeah, let's
Nobody's
get
tuned
on.
in yet.
Everybody's getting on late.
Yeah.
There we go. We got Nick
Okay.
Prang. What up, Nick
What's up, dude?
Prang?
Mike Jones.
Yeah. Stephon.
There's Stephon.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Hey,
So,
we had a good show with Matt Myers this week. The Smash Masters.
yeah. We got to get him on our show sometime, too.
I know, right?
Yeah. They didn't beat our time of
Your time. I ain't have nothing to do with that shit.
almost 3 hours there. Yeah.
I was walking on a sandy beach. Like, we kept turning in, like, what are y'all doing?
Yeah. Nick Prang.
Yeah, that's right. I always say Nick Prang.
Yep. But yeah, we got a good show tonight. We're gonna go ahead and get into it because, I mean, you see our sponsor up there. We're always sponsored by DBAP.
Always.
But,
I heard they throw crazy parties.
I'm gonna change the sponsor every week up there. But yeah, we cut him off. Yeah, I know. But we were talking. And anyway, so yeah. Great show this week, and we got a friend on that we made fun of with his promo, the Bobby B Sheen, the best big guy
That's
around.
hilarious.
But as you can tell, Bobby B is actually AKA Zan Vidic. So
the one, the only
10-time Olympic champion.
10-time champion of the world.
Because he said Bobby B's not 10-time. He's always the champion. So
he looks it.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and get him on because it is late over there. So what's
up, brother?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Doing good. Admiring your mansion.
Oh yeah. Voila. I just renovated with the green screen.
It is bright for it's what, 1 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, 1 o'clock. But I went to bed early so I can be up late.
Nice.
Doing the night shift today, so
we're honored for that.
We are honored.
Oh, no worries.
I remember having Igor on. Igor, I don't think Igor went to bed when we had him on. He was like drained sitting there, poor guy.
Amateur.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't even think he went to bed afterwards. I think he just got on up and went to work at like 5 in the morning. But
yeah. Nick Priest.
So I know you'll be back. You'll be back next month.
Yeah, I'll be back in Pittsburgh doing the training with Gene.
Yeah.
You'll be in Dixon after that when we get hail.
I don't know.
Or Mobile.
Somewhere.
John's my first call. I'm like, hey, let's go. Throw it down.
So we'll get into the training part here in just a little bit, but let's go ahead and get your backstory, like how you got started into PDR, to where you are now.
Yeah, so I started in 2008. Actually, was not the first time I was introduced to PDR, but was the first time I actually started going into it. Before I was introduced, probably like 2006, something like that. I was still in high school, and my mother worked as an accountant for a PDR company here in Slovenia. So in that time, I went in the summer to help with some R&I. So I was pulling down headliners just for a few months, when the main vacation. So I did that. After I finished high school, my mom was like, "Hey, you need to learn this," because she's an accountant. She saw the numbers. She's like, "Yeah, you need to learn this." And I'm like, "Okay, but I don't know how much will I get paid, And of course, as a noob, you know nothing, right? Fresh out of high school, she's like, "Yeah, probably you're gonna get minimum wage till you learn." And I'm like, "Nah, I just did 4 years of high school. I'm worth more than minimum wage,
As we all
established,
right? And it was like a few $100 difference, at the end of the month.
Yeah,
but you don't think about it.
Right.
You're young and dumb. And I was like, no, I can do better than that, So I jumped from job to job for like half a year, and then then one weekend they called me again, this company, if I can help out just for the weekend doing R&I. So I went with them on a project. I did the R&I. In that weekend, I made more than in a month before,
Yeah.
It was just R&I, and when I got home, I sit down and I was thinking like, shit, maybe I
Too bad.
should take up on that offer, So
Yeah.
I called the owner and I'm like, hey, can I still come? So he's like, yeah, come right now to my house. We'll have like an interview, you have a job interview. So I get there and I'm like 19 years old at that time. Sit down and he said, so you want to learn how to fix dents and do R&I and stuff? And he hands me a beer, was the best job interview ever, and the last, actually. And the last.
The last. Awesome.
So yeah, I'm like, yeah, sure, of course. He's like, yeah, if you're a hard worker as your mother, then come on, And I got on. I started doing R&I because it was in the middle of the hail season, and that was in 2008 when this happened. So the promise was, in the hail season I do R&I. When there is no hail season, they were gonna bring in technician to teach us, because they had like 4 or 5 of us on the same basic agreement,
Yeah.
And nothing. We were doing R&I, and I wanted to get a head start before the training happens. So whenever, because I was doing R&I for 2 guys, and the cars were quite beat, so they did 1.5 a day, and that was like, I was there for 10 hours, and actual working time was like maybe 1 to 2 hours.
Yeah.
The rest, I just borrowed some tools of theirs, and whatever hood they kicked, I was just practicing on it, and just using the neon lights on the ceiling and stuff.
Okay.
So yeah, just like reflection from the neon lights, and just
I still do that.
Yep.
So I can see at least.
Did you see, Brandon? They have these new LED lights come out. You can use them to fix dents. Yeah.
Well, the ones on the ceiling are LED. So
He's got a halogen bulb with a black line spray painted down it.
So yeah, this is how I got my foot into the PDR industry. And of course, when the hail work ran out, there was a time that technician was supposed to show up, but never did, because they didn't want to pay a technician, I don't know, $1,000 a day to teach us, So they just give us hoods and some lights and some old tools, and like, here, learn how to fix that.
It's so easy.
This is your training. Here, figure it out on your own.
Yeah. So basically, from 2008, that was in around September that all this started, to 2010, in about same month. I was just going on and off between being R&I guy and staying on my scrap panel and going at it.
That's awesome.
Did you learn anything in those 2 years?
I did. Yeah.
By watching the.
Yes.
Did you just sit back and watch the guys?
Yes. Whenever I did R&I, I was just watching them. Couldn't talk to them because they were Argentinian or Brazilians, and I don't speak Spanish and they don't speak English. Yeah. But I learned just by observing,
Right.
But here is the time span. It's 2 years, and I'm not saying I was good after 2 years. I knew how to fix a dent after 2 years.
Yeah.
Well, I want to hear it, because you told me a story when we were down eating dinner about how you found work in other countries and stuff. You just shot an email, basically. Like, tell us a little bit about that. I thought that was really cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So from here on out, in 2010, basically, when there was like I said, 4 or 5 of us, we all got to a point where we could be sent out to a dealer or a body shop and start fixing dents. But the owner of the company pulled us in all at once, and he was like, "Sorry guys, we ran out of money. You're all fired, but but you can open your own companies and work as a subcontractors for us." So like, okay, cool. All the other guys, they were scared, but I understand because they all had families. I was a kid, I had nothing to worry about. I was living with
Nothing
my
to
mother.
lose.
Yep. So for me, it was perfect. Like, okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Of course, you can make more than on a salary in that situation. So I started doing that. I went just anything I could find. My mother tried to help me out because she was doing accountant for some other than guys because she's been in this industry. Made some calls. I got some work in. First work I got was in Belgium that lasted 2 weeks because they said the dents are small. The dents were small. So we got there. They locked us in a shed for a week in a like huge, in the middle of the summer, huge parking lot and metal shed right in between all the parking lot and all the cars. And the sun was burning so hot we got exhausted. That was the first and last time when I got from work. I lay down on a bed, took a phone, texted my wife, and I don't know, 10 hours later, I woke up in the same position with my phone in the can. Never has that happened to me before or after. I was so exhausted.
Yeah.
But yeah, I worked in Slovenia for a season back home. And so back then there was not either, I don't know, but either there was not so much work. Like seasons were like summer months, and then you have 6 months of not working, or there was, but I just didn't have so much work because I was new to the industry.
Yeah.
But anyways, 4, 5, 6 months in the summer I had work. The other months I didn't have work, so I just try to keep on working all the time, not stopping. And that's where we get to the part that Andy is talking about. Yeah, so I figured let's find some work, and I send. When I had no work, I sit on my computer and I was just reaching out to. I was googling on different countries. You enter country and hail repair and just start shooting emails, and sooner or later I got, like for example, for South Africa, I shoot an email. Like my friend told me there was hail in Johannesburg. So I went on the computer, I started sending emails. The third one I sent, that was like 10 minutes. I sent the third email and the phone starts ringing and it's some weird South African number. I'm like, what the hell?
This is crazy.
So I answered the phone and there was this guy, Martin, really great dude. I really was lucky because, I was ignorant. Ignorance is bliss. They say.
Absolutely.
But I found the right guy to work for in South Africa because I heard a lot of people were unhappy back there, not getting paid, prices bad, and but yeah, I must say I was lucky. He called me. He was like, "Yeah, just come over." I'm like, "Oh, please send me pictures of cars, the damages." When you're a beginner, you're worrying about what kind of cars you need.
Absolutely.
So he's like, "Yeah, please send." So he sent me pictures, and it was based off that. He's like,
okay.
I'm like, "Hey, can you at least buy a plane ticket or something? Because if I'm going on a gamble. If I lose money, at least I didn't pay for my plane ticket. It is something, right?"
Yeah.
So yeah, he bought us a return flight plane ticket. He just said, "Yeah, just come on into South Africa." I'm like, "Okay. Do you need anything like a visa? What? No, just pack your tools and come over." I'm like, "Okay." We pack our tools, sit on a plane, and go.
How long of a flight was it?
It is about 8-hour flight, but it's going straight down from us, so no time difference basically.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
This was in about 2012 now, just to follow the timeline. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. And this is a funny story, actually. we fly down to South Africa. We go to customs, to police, to check our passports and everything. And the guy takes our passports. He looks at our passports, looks at us, looks at our passports. He says, "Give me 5 minutes." He goes. We were there standing. I don't know. They told us just to fly in, like whatever. He comes back with the passport, say, "Yes, okay, no problem. Stamps. Go in, guys." Okay, we go in, we take the tools, we enter. We're like, "Hey," calling Martin, "Hey, we're in." Okay. Someone picks us up. Everything is good. And back then, I was with my wife. At that time, she was my girlfriend. We had no kids. So how we worked was I was going somewhere to work for like 7-8 weeks, and then she would come for two weeks, and we would travel because we already have one ticket paid for there, right? So might as well buy another one and just enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
And after 4 weeks of work, I tell him, "Hey, tell my wife, find a ticket, come down." And she calls me back and she say, "Hey, how did you get in the country?" I'm like, "I don't know. I took the plane, I got in." And she was like, "Yeah, you know that the Slovenians, to enter, they need to send passports to embassy in Vienna, and then you need interview. You need to go there. You need to go all through this whole process. Then you get stamped and you can go in." But Slovakians, which is a country which is often misplaced with Slovenians, they have an agreement. They can just fly in. So the guy thought we were Slovakian. I was like,
"Oh, that's all it took." He just got lucky as hell.
Just don't
I
leave.
don't mind being called a Slovakian. Then just let me in.
Right.
I just
You call me what you want. Yeah.
Yeah.
He told me that story. I was dying. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, but from that point, like in that beginner stages of my PDR career, I was just rotating, traveling, trying just to keep busy, because the summer seasons are different in South Africa. So that was my winter money. So we called it back then. And later just started when I got kids in 14. My daughter was born. And we decided with my wife we will focus more on working at home. Mm-hmm. My wife joined the company as well at that point. And ever since then, we are growing here, getting more and more work each year. And that's it.
Do y'all get quite a bit of hail there, or is it kind of like?
Yeah, we do. We get hailed basically every year. Just depends on what part of the country it is and how big it is. Just depends. But basically, we get it every year, and it's good. Except it's different, much different here. Prices are much lower than you guys have the prices in the States.
Right.
Stuff that you guys need to kick, we need to save. And it's not because of the parts, like we can get parts. It's not the issue, but the issue is the insurance says no, fix it. It's more of a different relationship here with insurance.
Yeah, there's no back and forth. It's just kind of cut and dry.
Yeah, you can go back and forth, but it's not recommended. I mean, if you want to stay busy, be on good terms with everyone, don't complain too much, just work, But also the standard, like the cost of living here is much cheaper as well compared. So it all balances out. You can't complain at the end, We're still blessed to be in this industry. I always say this, and wherever in the world you go with this type of knowledge, if they drop you in, they would pick you up wherever in the world they will drop you. You can survive and not just survive, but live nice with this.
Absolutely.
Skill.
I couldn't agree more. Diego was saying that's where he met you. He thinks was in South Africa. Skinny, white, tall dude.
Yeah.
John was crazy.
Yeah, I was still young, so I didn't have all the protective layers.
I get it. I used to be a buck 40 myself. I ain't seen that in a long time.
Soaking wet. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, shut up, Steve. Dyke.
Well, since we've got we've got training to talk about, and we got to talk about who you are outside of the PDR world. So look, we'll save the training till the end. That way you can just talk your heart out. But let's just go ahead and get to know you, like who you are outside. We know you're married. So how long have you been married?
It's gonna be 10 years this year.
Nice.
And
yeah,
then,
I got married quite young for our generation. It's gonna 10 years. It's gonna be 26. I was 26 when I got married. For us, for our country, this is quite young. I got kids before 25, because when we look at our friends, our generation, like they got now young kids. Well, our kids they're 10 and 8. They're still young, but not baby young, toddler young.
Right.
But yeah, I got married, and I played basketball before.
Yeah.
So that was my hobby. That was me outside of PDR, was family in basketball.
I'm guessing you played in high school.
Yes, I did. I did play in high school,
or whatever you call it.
I tried it. I tried so hard. I mean, that's a lie. I didn't try hard. I had a big wish. I had a big wish to come play college in the States.
Mm-hmm.
I never ever wanted to go to college. I was like, no, I don't want to go to college. My thought process back then was like, with all of my school classmates and schoolmates, everybody we're gonna go to college. After another 4 years of college, we're trying to find a job. What's my advantage against you if we did everything the same?
Yeah.
Piece of paper.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
But if I did college, you did college, and then we both apply for job, how to pick? What's the difference?
Right.
So
there's no experience there. So.
Yeah, I'm not going to college. I'm going to work after I finish high school, and after 4 years, when we both apply to the job interview, I'm gonna have 4 years of experience. Probably be better at that job than you, because I did it for 4 years, right? And you just have a college. I mean, it's not and this depends of course on what type of work you want to do. You don't, if you want to be a surgeon, you don't just, I'm not going to college. I'm just going to start working on people.
You're gonna
work on the weekends if you need me to. But I knew I'm not going to be a surgeon. So actually we are now surgeons of dents, right?
Yeah. My mom's on here. She could testify that she knew I was never going to be a surgeon too. Like, I could not wait to get out of school. I was missing enough in high school that if I had free reign at college, I was not going to class. So it wasn't going to happen.
So my only thought process was, if I'm ever going to do college, I wanted to be in the States and play basketball with it, because it's a unique experience. And I did send out some tapes of me playing to some college coaches, and everybody said the same thing. You got to come over to a tryout,
Yeah.
But we never had the money we could probably afford it, but most of the time my mother was a single mother, so a single parent. So I didn't even had the courage or whatever to ask, hey mom, can you just pay for my ticket and everything to go there? Maybe,
You could have been Luka Doncic before Luka Doncic.
Nah. If that were to happen, I mean, there would be signs before that.
They would have already been coming trying to fly you over.
Yeah,
they would have heard about you already.
Right.
Yeah. But but I don't regret anything. Everything turned out perfect. So.
What do y'all like to do as a family together?
We like to travel. Probably that's the most common thing we have. We like to travel together. We did buy a camper, an RV, nice. which we are trying to sell now.
Yeah,
because we don't have time.
Makes sense.
Yep. You buy so many toys, like, I want this, I need this. You buy it, and then it just sits in the garage somewhere on the back of the yard, and
Yeah, I get
I
it.
got a ATV I need to sell. I got a camper now I need to sell. But yeah, we love to travel.
Awesome.
Mom said
Either plane, either car, whatever.
Mom said I had a very high IQ, low motivation. We damn sure gonna graduate high school. We both did good to survive that. Yeah, my mom had to come to summer school with me. That was the only way I was showing up. I hated school.
I did
Yeah,
too.
I was also not a fan of school, and my
Yeah.
son is the same way, and my daughter. They're like, school, just like listen. And the toughest part is to tell them, you need to go because it's important. I'm like,
Yeah, it's so hard. Like my
I've been
daughter,
lying to my kids ever since they got to the school.
right? That's what my daughter's on a college path, and she wants to do that. That's fine, but I'm sitting back like, you don't have to have it, but hey, if that's what you want to do, we'll help you achieve that goal. But I'm kind of the same way. It's hard to tell her, yeah, you need to go to college. Like,
I think most hands-on kids, it's not that they're dumb. They just don't want to be in a school. Like, let me go to a trade school. Hands-on, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
There were certain classes. I remember my senior year before I dropped out and got my GED. but like we had some that were like computer science. It was a brand new like computer science class. We had all kinds of crap in there. That I like because the whole time was hands-on.
Yeah.
Physical science, like 9th, 10th grade was phenomenal because our teacher couldn't stand giving tests and stuff. He wanted everything hands-on. Freaking ace it. I'd fail. I'd go to summer school and then I'd make 100 and something in summer school, because either I didn't want to be behind, but I went to summer school every summer, but
and
I only went once. It was my senior year. Like that's the only way I was graduating, going to summer school the one time. But yeah,
I failed algebra my freshman year because I couldn't stand the teacher.
Nick was the same way.
I went to summer school. I made 102. Because the teacher was awesome. Come back for algebra 2 my sophomore year. It's the same damn teacher. I'm like, son of a. Had to go to summer school again. I couldn't stand her. But
John, I always like to ask. You work with your wife and everything. How's the dynamic there working together? Because y'all do a little bit different than like me and Brandon. You not both at the shop and stuff. You want to talk about your dynamic with the wife?
Yeah. We are working great together. I think there was times I was explaining to Andy when I went up there to visit him. At the beginning, we can split our business in two parts. We have our shop, which is the retail shop that gets customers, and then we service body shops and dealers. So that we call it like the terrain, like we go around, right?
Yeah.
And at the start, the shop was just starting up, and we both would manage everything. And there was some back and forths, of course. Hey, should we do it like this, like this? You want to do it one way, she wants to do it the other way. And then you want to argue because it's your business, and you're the boss, right?
That's cute.
You want to argue, but if you start arguing, you take that shit back home, and then here's the problem, So I think to work as a couple, you need to push your ego aside a bit, because what I realize is that she is more capable than me, definitely.
Yeah.
Many times she would tell me something like, hey, let's do this like this, and I was like, okay, let me think about it. And then I don't know, maybe I go to MTE and Brandon would say, hey, you should start doing this. And I come to my wife back home, hey, I heard this brilliant idea, we should do it like this. She's like, I've been telling you this for 6 months already.
It happens here too.
Yep.
It's funny how that
whatever
works.
she says, you just, okay, yeah, it's good. Yeah. And then when someone else says it, or it's the fact you need to hear anything a few times before you really process it.
Right.
But yeah, what we did is we tried to divide, if you want to say, that I managed the terrain part, the body shops and the dealers and the technicians there, and she would manage the shop. So that's and you grow, in every relationship, either boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, or friends, or co-workers, whatever. Time goes by, you grow, and it's easier and much better to work together if, of course, right persons.
Yeah.
Right.
The persons are right. So yeah, at the start it was harder, and now I think it's great, amazing. It's easy to work with her, and you have someone who has the same interest and has your back no matter what.
So, absolutely, I couldn't agree more. They got as much skin in the game as we do too. So I mean, both our livelihoods are on it. So yeah, you want the same goal at the end of the day. So we'll get to it. Go ahead, Brandon. All right.
Hey, Sheldon.
Miss y'all. Tell John to retire from competing. I told John to keep competing because that just means everybody else has got to get better. I was like, no, you keep on going. Don't tell me to tell you. I'm telling him the opposite. Sorry, Sheldon.
Well, speaking of competing, that was going to lead into my next thing is what made you start wanting to do the competitions and really train for it and stuff like that?
So, first off, I don't really train for it.
All right, Bobby B.
No. I just observe Bobby B how he works, and then I get.
There you go.
He has some magic powder for me before.
You better wear red next MTE when you're competing.
Yes, I need that outfit.
I think the first time I was just talking with my wife the other day. I was like, when was the first time I went to compete in Germany? I think it was like 14 or 15, something like this. And that's another funny story. You got to listen to this. So, of course, you're nervous as shit, like before, if you're doing something for the first time and you really care about it, you're going to be nervous. Mm-hmm. And I'm before the German Expo, I'm packing stuff, what I need, and just take the tools that I need. I go up there. I come to the show on Friday. I draw my number, my time, and I'm like, okay, I have 5-6 hours till I'm on. And I'm looking, did I forget anything? Yeah, fuck, I forgot the window guard, So I'm like damn. There was no window guard to borrow there at that time. So I was like, okay, and I didn't know anyone, so let me find something, So I start running, and that's in Germany. In it's you can almost say in the middle of nothing. It's not in the middle of nothing. It's a small town, but it's not like huge town that you can find stores and everything. So I'm just driving from like supermarket to supermarket trying to find stuff, and I end up buying a cutting board, plastic cutting board for cutting meat and salami on it and stuff. So I'm like, yeah, this is gonna do it. It looks kind of like it,
That's awesome.
It's the plastic flat, so I show up, pull the cutting board out, stuff it between the window and the panel, and it is so thin. It was all the time it tried to fall in, and there was nothing to hold it because the window guard has an edge.
Yeah, the edge.
This was just straight flat. So with one hand I was holding that cutting board, with the other hand I was pushing it.
I could imagine the people watching like, this idiot's got a cutting board.
This poor guy. I don't know anyone noticed because it didn't look like a cutting board. It looked like a window guard from Timu,
Like, I'm doing the best I can here.
Yeah, like, come on, man, this is what I got to work. I didn't place. I don't know what place I was, and I stopped competing back then. I was like, oh man, this maybe I'm not ready. I'm not good enough. It was at early stages of my career, and then I I think what got me into it was my whole life I played basketball, so you kind of grow into a competitive person. You learn how to be competitive, and you miss that feeling because I got injured. My knees were bad, and I stopped playing. And so I think that's what got me in. So back in 2018 was another shot. I said, let's try another time, and turned out great.
Brought your window guard. You just ready
the
to
real
go.
one this time.
You should have brought the cutting board back. We're like, come on, baby. We'll
Let's
try
go.
it again.
Well, hey, just to let you know, to this day, we still have these cutting boards at house, and we use them sometime, but not for fixing dents.
But it's there if you ever need it.
Yep.
Stefan, so they say it's the tech, not the tools. Yeah, they're guaranteed.
And it had some coating over or whatever. I couldn't even glue a tab on it to stick.
Yeah.
So the tab would hold it, I couldn't even do that. It's like, Jesus.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's crazy.
Goodness.
But yeah, I can always tell you talking about, being competitive with basketball. Like talking to you that night at dinner and stuff, you could tell your competitive spirit. Like you were breaking down a lot of the dents you prepared in the Olympics, like still remembering them, once you've done exactly how you wanted to and everything. And that's crazy to me. So it's really cool to see somebody that competitive about it.
Yeah. But so I don't, like I said, no, I don't train for it because it's, our training is fixing dents every day. We are doing this every day. As long as you keep busy, stay busy, you're getting paid for your training, so-called. And I don't go and prepare before and make dents kind of like on the competition because I just rather just stay busy, stay pushing, and stay sharp,
Mm-hmm.
I think the main thing with training would be a dent is close to the depth of it and size and the time. The time is the biggest thing for most people. It's not like they can't fix it. It's just like me. I'm not going to have one in my shop that's the same size and try to go out here in 45 minutes and fix it. You know,
that'd be a good training. Just schedule your dents like that for 45 minutes and make yourself have to fix
That's
it.
when I'll screw up.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
Your paint.
It's nothing wrong with training. If I were not working with before I go to competition, because usually I'm happy, not happy. I'm lucky and happy, both, to stay busy mostly all of the time. And I go from work to let's fly to the expo, have fun, and compete. But if I was in off season or something, it can happen. If I didn't have the time to push before, I would definitely prepare because you need to get your hand and eye coordination back. You need to focus your eyes again and your body,
Absolutely.
But like we had talked about too, is you're going to the expos and all that mainly focused on competing all the time. It's hard for you to just take a step back and just enjoy the entire expo experience. And so as soon as whenever you retire, you'll be able to enjoy it. And
I'm worried I'm gonna become they're always at every party is that drunk guy who everybody laughs at. I'm worried if I don't compete, I'm gonna be that drunk guy.
No, there's plenty of them to laugh.
Yeah, you will fit right in. I mean, nobody will even notice. You got your wife and kids there with you. I'm sure your wife will help refrain you from that anyway. So.
Yep. Oh no! When I don't compete, I'm not gonna take them. Just kidding.
I'm gonna have some fun.
Oh goodness! Are you going to Germany? Was that next week?
No. Germany's in a week. It's in about a week. I can't. I'm gonna be doing some beginner training at the shop
never
here.
Mind.
So I can't.
There and then you're coming here.
Yep.
So the same
month.
month.
Got a busy schedule.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I got next week. I got planned some guys coming in for training. Then if y'all get hit, I'm coming.
You're on my speed dial, number one, bud.
And I already got a spot back here for you. I told you.
Me too, a big one. I want to see you and John Yeager. Like, I have dreams of seeing you and John Yeager tag team hell cards and just seeing like I was like, I'm gonna schedule 5.
I don't know what kind of dreams you have with me and John Yeager.
I know. Must be.
Are there some
It's
girls?
work related.
Basketball player and midget.
All my dreams are dent related anymore. It's all about fixing dents. But yeah, I think I would like to see you and John Yeager tag team card. I think I could schedule 5 a day and be set. Like, just knock them out.
Yep.
I think it'd be really cool.
Well, speaking of training, so let's move on into the level up training that you and Gene are doing.
Yeah.
Talk about that and when it is and how people can sign up and stuff too.
So we came with this training a few years ago. Yeah. First run we did was 2 years ago. We didn't do it last year because we didn't have time for it. Plus, we were waiting for all the paperwork and everything for me. But this year, we're doing it again. It's from 24th of March to 28th of March. It's 5 days in Pittsburgh at the Gene's shop. So what it is, basically, last time what we did was we wanted to put together something for technicians that are basically know how to push the dent, so it's not a beginner training. Mm-hmm. But we wanted to level up their skills. That's where the name Level Up came from. And last time what we did, we divided it in 2 parts, and it was 3 days of Level Up, which was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And the next 3 days was Thursday, Friday, Saturday was Smash School. So you had Smash School. We would jump in on some panels and stuff, cave them in, and just go to work. With Level Up, what we did was we didn't start. I said when me and Gene went live, I said maybe I said it wrong. I said we go back to the basics. That doesn't mean we're making X's and O's and trying to hit the dent. What it means is we have the more advanced dents, like sharp dents, bodyline dents, creases, and over bodyline creases. I don't know, vertically, whatever. The harder dents, but we go to the beginning and how to correctly go that dent from start to finish. This is what I meant by saying the basics. Yeah. And that was the first 3 days. That was the Level Up. And that basically Smash School would be a continuation. And it was available. You can go either or. You can do both together. But this time around, we just said that was maybe too complicated for people to really understand how this is going to look like and how this is going to be and make a decision and stuff. So this time we combined everything in one. It's just called Level Up. It's 5 days. So basically, first 3 days, 2.5, 3 are going to be focused on this or on more advanced dents, and how to fix them fast and efficient and as clean as possible. So technicians who come, our objective is to when they see this first part of the week, our objective is when you see a dent and you say, oh, that's a bodyline dent, I can fix it. Maybe it's hard and it's going to take me 4 hours, to go to, oh, that's nothing, I can do it in an hour, Yeah.
Right.
Something like that is the goal of the first part of the week. The second part, we just progress to a bigger damage. And again, we're going to do smashes. We're going to jump on some panels, stuff, and then everybody will fix their own. And this is how it also works. The whole week works like this. It's not like you come, you sit, and you listen. It's 10 people max. So it's a small group, plus me and Gene.
And, I would hope.
Yeah.
No, you just there by yourself. Figure it out.
Like, good luck. Fix this. We come.
No, I did it.
It's kind of like you're training in the beginning.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, I turned out great. So should you. We'll come back in 2 years.
Stuart asked, "What do you like training more?" So I'm assuming like smashes or beginners or in between.
And Melissa will stop by. That's perfect.
She'll show you everything you need to know. She's got it.
Yeah. To answer the question, probably my most favorite part to learn is not the beginners and not smashes. Is this part in between? So the part I'm standing the first part of the week, like more complicated dance to fast and efficient. How to make them fast. It's a part of advanced. It's advanced training, but it's not. It's not smash like Bryce stuff.
Yeah.
Bryce training is hardcore, smash it in and fix it.
Yeah. I like that because nobody's really offering that in between. You got your beginners, which a lot of people's training.
Yep.
You got your smashes like Bryce Kelly, Matt Boyette. There's several out there doing that stuff. So that's really smart to have an in between because there's a lot of people that still struggle with that stuff.
Yep.
But learning how to choose the correct tool.
Yep.
How to push it clean from the beginning and stuff. And that's like Andy said, that's really needed.
Yes.
So the whole week is scheduled in a way that we start by, let's say, a bodyline dance. We first talk about it, how we would fix it. Then I show how I fix it. Gene shows his way because everybody has their own ways, their own little tips and tricks, and then each individual that is there in the class has their own panel, or it's going to be a car, depending on if when glue pulling, we're going to glue pull on a car. But when you're doing stuff like this, everybody has their own panel, and then immediately after they hear how to do it, they see how to do it, then they go and do it. And me and Gene are there walking around and helping them, showing them, and also Melissa might show up. So
yeah. She'll be there. She's gonna tell y'all like y'all better get to it. We ain't playing around. Melissa's the boss.
but how much is based on we show you, we tell you, we show you, then you do it, and we help you, and that's how you get the most out of it. We believe.
Absolutely.
What is really amazing about it that we didn't even foresee when we did it the first time is because it's a small group of people. Everybody starts chiming in on some kind of repair or let's stay on the body line. Everybody tells something how they do it, and even we learned something from them.
Absolutely.
You take a little trick, and it's a great help. And before we do every dent, we have each individual price the dent. So they would go, they would say, okay, I would charge this much for the dent. And as a group together, we go and we see how much everyone priced it, why, and how much Gene would price it. He's more of a pricing guru. Also. Not the guru.
He's the guru and the guru. I like that. I like because nobody's. I mean, in trainings, a lot of trainings, you're not getting a pricing structure on it too, so that really helps dive into that. That's smart, like having that and the actual training to repair it. I like that.
Yep, and then technicians can actually see how much this should cost, and they see how fast can they do it, and then they can see how much can they earn also.
I love it.
It's a great training.
Are y'all fully booked up, or do you still?
No, we are not fully booked up yet. So if people want to sign up,
where can they go so I can put it across the screen here?
automotiveinstitute.com/level up.
How much is this training?
autoappearanceinstitute.com/level up.
Auto
Appearance Institute.
Brandon can't spell appearance. He lives in Mobile, Alabama.
autoappearanceinstitute.com.
Yes, /level up.
All right, let me do the W.
How much does this training cost, John?
The training is just under $4,000.
Okay.
It's $39.97.
That's a great deal.
Yep. For 5 days, me and Gene, and lunch and snacks and drinks.
Did I get it right? I may have misspelled it.
I think you got it right.
Well, I started typing and I didn't have it on the thing, so the whole my whole screen started going crazy over here. Started jumping to style, and
I can send you a link actually in the chat. Right? We have
Yeah,
chat.
there you go.
yes,
Yeah, look at that. We got smart people on the show. I love it.
There we go.
but if it's right,
you put that in the comments as
there
well. That way, it's a clickable link too.
Here, we're gonna go back to banner here. Watch
Yeah, for that to have you and Gene one-on-one training plus the price and portion of it, and learning how to quickly. I mean, that's a steal of a deal for under $4,000. Like, I know a lot of trainings out here cost a lot of money, and that's a good week that you're going to learn a lot and really come out and ready to roll with some stuff. So I love it.
Yeah, we try to be as cost effective, or how would you say that? Like affordable. We try to be as affordable as we can be. Of course, you got costs with it. Like Gene has to shut down his shop for the whole week. That costs money, So we came up with this price. I think it's good, and we wanted to limit the seats to 10 because I think with 10 people we can still get that small group vibe. We can still have enough time for each individual as well.
Yeah,
absolutely.
We understand it's not directly one-on-one training, but is it close as it can get?
Yeah. I mean, it's even if you split it up, it's 5-1, and then y'all swap. I mean, so it's not like one person trying to train 10 people. It's also and they're already experienced to a point.
Exactly.
It's just when they get stuck, or hey, how would you do this, and you can go and explain it to them. So,
and if anybody's not been to Pittsburgh, this is an awesome time to go to Pittsburgh too, because Pittsburgh's a really cool town. We've been several times. We'll be coming up there after that, so I always love going up there and hanging out. Yeah, and you got Dent Repair now. It's a new shop to go into and check out.
Yeah, it's amazing shop actually. I was there now. Not a month ago, maybe 2 weeks. It's a new shop that they have. It's amazing, enough space for everyone. So it's a great training, I believe. We are doing every hard dent that you can imagine, not just pushing, also glue pulling, and it's not like it's there is a program that we follow, but if someone is there. And let's say we are doing creases, but that guy's a master of creases. He has no problems with creases, but he says, "Hey, listen, I'm really struggling with this thing. Sure, let's go. You can do this thing. We will help you out. Let's go on this, right?"
Yeah. Well, that's good, because now compared to 2 years ago, you can start incorporating some of the tension.
Yeah, we did actually tension 2 years ago.
But now it's like it's really evolved.
More. Yep. It evolved a lot.
Yes.
Yeah,
hey, Biggs, thank you.
Oh, Biggs.
Oh, he's trying to get on your good side.
Yeah.
He's always on my good side.
He's not on ours.
He's on my good side too.
It's really hard to get on my bad side. I don't have a lot of people on bad side.
I don't think it's hard to even be have Biggs on a bad side. He's such a great guy.
We just like to mess with him all the time because he does it right back.
I don't know if you ever heard that story. Was it 2 years? It was 2 years. It was the last year of Rose. It was last year Rosen Shingle.
It'd been 3 years ago.
3 years ago. So I'm coming into Orlando, driving down there, and I see an Anson van. Well, I just automatically assumed it was Chris and Craig.
Yep.
So I pull up beside it. I roll my window down. And I'm like, and I roll the window up and I take off. It was Biggs, and his wife was riding with him too. And so it's just been a running joke ever.
And then he comes to me at MTE. He's like, "You flipped me off." I was like, "No, that's the other dude."
See, it's like even this year, like we'd catch each other's eye. He was busy over there answering that, and we'd just be like.
We were talking about Dan Knowlton when he pulls out the lateral tension stuff. Yeah, it's real cool. Like I had a video not too long ago of one pop, and I was missing one thing to set it up properly to probably get more to pop, but and they don't all pop obviously, but it's really cool to watch that. I mean, it's like it's relaxing to watch it pop out.
Yeah, and Gene is amazing with tension. He knows all the glue pulling stuff and tensions and all that stuff. That's more of Gene's superpower.
He's the guru.
The guru. Yeah, that's gonna be killer between you two. Like, I've been messing with him. Like, hey, I'm just gonna come up and help set up and be a fly on the wall. Like, I'm gonna sit back and learn something.
All right. So, what were the dates on that again?
It was 24th of March that week till 29th, I believe it is.
24 through
or is 28.
Or well, y'all do. Yep. 28's that Friday. So is that
yep, exactly. 24 to 28. So 5 days, 5 hard, long days. It's not, hey, come at 8, we're gonna kick you out at 3.
Yeah, keep going until you can't go no more.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm sure you'd be nerding out anyway. Like, just get all involved and be ready to stay as long as everybody wants to. That'd be awesome.
Last time, everyone, after every day, especially after end of the week, everyone was exhausted, but it was good exhausted. We did something good, but we're tired. Like,
right.
Well, that's what you feel like you're getting your money's worth.
Yeah.
When you like that, just going in regular 8-hour day and don't really feel like you're getting anything.
And you're out of town, like you're not at home or anything, so why not get as much as you can and everything? So
yeah.
Then you're leveling up your training there, then you level up your business when you get home with all these tools, and that should make you more excited to get back to work and put it all to the test.
At the end of the day, like, even if you come and you learn one thing, and you're not gonna learn just one thing, but if you learn just one thing and you add that up to dollars, you convert it, how much faster I am. You can be faster by 10 seconds per dent.
Yeah.
If you think about how many dents and you add that up, it's gonna be returned so much sooner than you think.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And that's the worst case scenario, right? But It's not gonna be like that. I promise you. Everybody's gonna learn a lot.
Now, are y'all gonna teach like how and where and when to drill a hole in the door and stuff to get access?
Yeah, that's the day number 1, actually, the first class.
First thing. Let's go to Lowe's. I'll show y'all where the drill bits are.
Where to buy them, where to get your plugs at.
White colored car. Now, this is a tech tip. White colored car. You can buy white plugs.
Yeah.
Ask him how he knows.
Yeah, this is the advanced part we're talking about. Every beginner would put a black plug in the white car.
Yeah.
Advanced
is drilling up to an inch on the door and getting those 1-inch plugs, or larger.
Or I see some advanced stuff like a hole next to a hole next to a hole next to a hole. That's also advanced.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or just get a metal punch and just punch it, and then fill it full of silicone. You can get silicone in black,
that's
white,
the silent
clear.
treatment. That's with the silencer.
Or get a computer and just Photoshop it, and then you ain't got to work that hard at all.
You can figure that out on pdrbeginner.com.
Oh my God, he went there.
Or not even .com, just Facebook. Anyway,
couldn't resist that one.
Anyway,
he says after throwing that in there.
So people sign up, join our class. And Gene even said, if you guys are not happy, we're going to give you money back. So if at the end of the class you say, hey, I learned nothing, this was shit, please, I want my money back.
It's not going to happen. Yeah. That's why he's offering that, because he knows it's not going to happen. Everybody's going to learn.
And if you do, you may get your money back, have a couple of black eyes, but
that'd be Melissa.
I said to Gene, they can get their money back, but they're gonna pay for their lunch, man.
That's awesome.
If they didn't like the training, they got to play you 1-on-1 in basketball, see who wins.
They're gonna be. It's gonna be easy right now. I'm overweight a bit. It's funny.
You had knee surgeries too, didn't you?
Yeah, I had knee surgeries. I need to get. I wanna. That's one of my desires. Really, I wanna be able to play basketball again. But I just don't find the time. And I need to get in shape. I'm not super out of shape. Like you saw me 2 weeks ago. Yeah. Round is a shape, right?
we know that very well.
Yeah, I got it right here. It's holding my beer bottle up.
But I had an app on my phone. I didn't know when I downloaded it. It basically tells you how much calories each food is, and I couldn't sleep, so I was like, what is this app? And I opened, and then asking you all the questions, and I put my height and my weight, and it says I am moderately obese.
Yeah. Yeah. Like to not be obese at our height, you got to weigh like 180 pounds.
Man, I wish.
I'm like,
yep.
No.
Yeah.
I ain't been there in a long time.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
Now, one thing that I hate that you did not get to experience when you went to Andy's was Tater Shack.
Yeah, he got here too late.
I know. But
he was like, I don't know what that is, but I'm down. I was like, there you are. Tater Shack.
Tater Shack is a staple for Dixon, Tennessee. And every time any of us go, we got to get Tater Shack.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just any and every kind of baked potato contraption thing you can think of.
Get a pie roast tater, a sirloin tip tater. You can get it all.
You don't worry about the calories because there's enough butter in that sucker to grease you up for a month.
We get it DoorDash, and the whole bag is butter, like liquid butter.
It's so good though.
Yeah, they'll get you easy. They get you easy in the States with food. I love cheesecake. I love cheesecake.
Cheesecake.
So I like to go to Cheesecake Factory also because they have a menu for dinner. It's like a phone book. Like everything you can think of probably is on that menu. Yeah. And everything, I'm not going to say everything is the best you can get because, of course, how do you call it? Master of none something, that's saying. That if you do everything, you're good at everything, but not
Jack of all trades, master of none.
Exactly. Yeah. I was looking at that one. Yeah.
Oh, Melissa, everybody knows that you get when you're around the Fetties. Like, everybody knows.
Melissa's cooking, it's amazing.
Oh yeah.
But that's why I didn't even think about Cheesecake Factory when Melissa was cooking.
Did she make
my mom?
Yep. But that cheesecake, when you look at the cheesecake, the calories, that's for one slice, it's 1,000 plus. It's like, what?
Yeah. Hey, that tater's got 8,000 calories.
Yeah.
That's usually,
how much?
I don't know. I was joking, like 8,000 calories.
Depends on what all you get on it.
When you're down here pushing hell,
4 days.
Yeah. When you're down here pushing hell, I'll take you Tater Shack, but we're going to wait till the end of the day when you're about ready to go home. Because I did that to Kyle, the guy I had here this past year doing hell. Like, I shut him down for the rest of the day. He's like, I can't even work no more. Like, he sat up here on the couch all day.
Yeah, that's why we're going to split that between 4 days.
I bet it is, Stefan, but I got the hookup, so don't worry about it.
Well, we are over the hour mark, man. So it's you need to get back to sleep.
I'm not going to.
No, he's going to work.
I'm going to work, man.
What do you got lined up for work?
I got some like not smashes, but between smash and harder dance.
Okay.
Some quarter panels. I got 3 cars. So
okay.
At the morning when we open the shop, when everybody shows up, I'm like, "Hey, what's up? Where were you all night?
Yeah,
everything's done. Bye.
Yeah, see you later. Yeah."
And then you'll get off tomorrow and just go straight to sleep.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stay. A long day. It's a good long day.
How far is the shop from your house?
It's like half an hour drive with no traffic.
Okay.
But with traffic, it gets to 45 minutes max. So it's not that bad.
Okay.
Yeah. It's in the capital. Our shop is in the capital in Ljubljana. That's where the most people are. And our capital is small. It's 300,000 people.
Okay.
And we live half hour out in a smaller town. That a buddy of mine, when he comes visit, a dent guy, he calls it a village. We're a small country with small cities and towns, and when he was visiting and staying with us, he was like, "Hey, is there a pharmacy in this village?" We're like, "Hey, hold up! This is not a village. By our definitions, this is a town."
You got to take the mule. You got to take the mule down.
You still walk around with pitchforks and
yeah. But yeah.
wagons.
Our town is like 10,000 people.
Oh,
It's
wow.
a nice, small, quiet town. So
Yeah.
That's nice though. I prefer a smaller town.
yeah, me too. It's
Yeah.
great for living and growing up and everything. For the kids.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. Our town used to be small until Nashville got too big, and now everybody's moving out here. Dang, Don, you are late. We about to get off.
Hey, Don.
Well,
Yeah, but
brother,
we work in the shop and we service our whole country, which is we are available. We don't service it, but we can. Which is if you go from one side to another, it's 2 hours drive. So
good grief.
yeah,
Well, he's usually
That's
going
kind
like
of crazy.
an
We
hour this
service
way.
our
or-
entire country.
Yeah.
but but what is strange or not strange, but you drive for 2 hours, and even if you're in another state, the language is the same, the
Yeah.
insurances are the same, the system is the same, everything is the same. Your
Yeah.
phone is the same, everything, carrier, everything. I drive 1 hour north and I'm in Austria. They speak German, they have different insurances, they have different pricing structure, everything is different, and 2 hours and we border 4 different countries, each have their own language or insurance. Everything is
That's wild.
this is why it's
Crazy.
harder to chase hell here, in a way.
Yeah.
You can go to the other side of the country, you're still gonna speak English and
Mom.
everything.
So what's a typical, say, what we call an easy hill car here, quarter size.
It's gonna blow your mind.
What's the difference in money here and there? Just say if it was a $10,000 job. I'm talking about not replacing parts and that. I mean, but
Yep.
they're written up that way. But
All PDR.
but a gravy job here, say 7,000. What would that same one kind of be there?
Yeah, when I did calculations, you can easily divide by 5, and you can be maybe close.
Good.
Yeah, it's insane. He told me that, my jaw dropped. I was like, "Holy shit!"
But like
Yeah.
you said, I mean, cost of living, everything's different.
Yeah.
You pretty much having to fix it because your hands are tied pretty much.
Yeah.
It's not cost of living ain't too much different because this shop was about like comparable price wise to what I got here. And
Yeah, real
same
estate,
size.
that's a different story here.
Yeah.
Real estate is super expensive. I don't know why. Our market not in the Europe, we are one of the most expensive markets for real estate. It's crazy. But our salaries are one of the lowest compared to
Yeah, it
Europe.
makes no sense.
Yep. Just weird. And also the rent is, it's high for people working and living here, but it's not high compared to how much you need to invest to buy a property.
Yeah.
So buying rental properties, doesn't make too much sense here financially,
Gotcha.
like you don't get that ROI you can get in the States for
Right.
Huh.
Yeah,
Well, cool.
but
I learned a lot about like all that when he was up. I was taking it all in. I was like, "This is crazy."
hey, don't get me wrong, it's an amazing place to live. It's a beautiful country. It's on the list of top 10 safest countries in the world.
That's awesome. That's huge.
It's clean, it's beautiful, it's healthy. It's the food, it's very healthy to get. I can get anything, not anything, but like from local farmers, like
Yeah.
Can't get no cheesecake.
yeah, no cheesecake. It has to be made.
make
You can get it, but it's not as popular. It's not go to Walmart and buy a cheesecake.
Right.
Some people do it. My neighbor did a cheesecake. Well, it was a good one. It was a good one, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Well-
great. I like it. Really like living here.
What's your hometown too?
Yeah.
That's your home.
Yep.
Home country, hometown. It's a lot cleaner than Mobile, Alabama. I can tell you that.
Yeah, it is.
You have some sketchy parts
What
there.
ain't?
You have some sketchy parts there.
They got
a lot of sketchy
too.
parts here.
Where the gold at?
Where to go there?
The leprechaun.
Anyway, well, hey, it was a blast having you on, brother.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you so much for inviting me. It's my
Absolutely.
honor to be here.
Anytime. And we appreciate you stopping by and seeing us
Yeah.
on your way up to Gene's.
I did the Ginger Bros tour.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Tour.
It's
And
good that only two of you,
Right. All over the place.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah,
Well, cool.
I was glad you stopped by.
Yeah. I still got a little cough, too, but that's it.
I'm good. My kids got sick now. My son was sick for a day and a half. My daughter for 5 days. She got the worst of it.
Yeah, it cleared up, but then at night, I'll start.
I'd rather get sick than my kids get sick. Like if you feel helpless when your kids are sick, at least when you it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
My youngest, she will not take medicine. Never has, never will, because she has such a bad gag reflex. I can't tell you how many times we've tried to force it down her, standing in the bathtub, everything, and
I'll fix it for you. Take the capsule. Get the capsules, break it loose in a spoonful of sugar. That don't work. That's what I used to have to do.
Nothing, pudding. It don't matter what it's in. She can taste it all, and she'll. I mean, now she's 13. We're just like, okay, whatever.
Yeah,
you can go get a shot. I mean, whatever you want. But
right,
good. It's kind of building her immune system up.
There you go.
Probably better than all of ours.
Yep.
But
yeah, really.
Yeah.
Anyway.
My daughter got better now with taking the pills. She was also bad with it, but yeah. I have a really motion sickness, and I need to eat Dramamine before I fly or boat rides or stuff like this. Hey, before I figured out, how many flights I did before I figured out Dramamine is a thing. When the plane was taking off, I was like. Not scared, but I get dizzy, I get sick, really bad.
Well, hopefully you don't get the seat where Igor has sat and he tears the little doggy bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, puke. What a jerk.
When I was like 7, 8, 10 years old flying with my mother, they would brought me extra bags. Like I would take my bag, I would take the whole people around. Stewardess would bring extra bags. It was bad.
Oh God!
Good grief!
Now Dramamine is a lifesaver, and my daughter has the same problem. So, but she can now take Dramamine, and she's good.
She's good to go. That's awesome.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, thank you, brother.
Thank you for having me.
Don't leave as soon as I do the outro. No. We'll say our goodbyes in a minute.
A lot of people bounce.
But appreciate everybody watching, commenting tonight, and I'll get this thing uploaded tomorrow too to all the sites or whatever it's called.
Look at you go.
I say that, but
yeah, then
I can do it in the morning. I don't have a job in the morning, so
there you go.
I'll get her done. But anyway, appreciate everybody, and John, thanks again, brother.
Thank you for having me.
We'll see you all next week. Who's our next week?
Yeah, Tori Jenkins.
Tori Jenkins on next week, so don't want to miss it. We'll see you next Wednesday. Peace out.
Bye, everybody.